Hey, what's going on, folks? I hope you're all having a terrific day. And I hope you're all excited to play Oblivion Remastered. So I've tried it out, I think it's a terrific remaster, and I highly recommend it. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to kind of set the stage for you. We'll start by summarizing the key events from the games leading up to Oblivion. Then we'll go into the background lore surrounding each of the major questlines in Oblivion. In year 389 of the Third Era, a time period known as the Imperial Simulacrum began. Emperor Uriel Septim VII was betrayed by his battle mage Jaeger Farn and imprisoned in sort of a pocket dimension, then Farn impersonated him for years. Farn also had an alliance with Daedric Prince Mehrunes Dagon, who invaded several realms of Oblivion during this time. Farn's apprentice Rhea Silmain learned of his treachery and attempted to stop him, but Farn killed her. However, she stuck around as a ghost and recruited the Eternal Champion, who managed to defeat Farn and rescue the real Emperor in year 399 of the Third Era, which ended the Imperial Simulacrum. A few years later, in year 405 of the Third Era, the Emperor sends an agent to Daggerfall to investigate some mysterious circumstances surrounding the death of King Lysandus. What this agent discovers is that there are these 6 competing factions: Daggerfall, Wayrest, Sentinel, Gortwug, Menamarco, and the Underking, and they're all seeking to take control of the region by resurrecting Numidium, the massive Dwemer Kaiju that Tiber Septim used to conquer Tamriel. This all concludes with a mysterious event known as the Warp in the West, which was something called the Dragon Break, which is this universe's word for like a paradox. I do hope to eventually cover Dragon Breaks in more detail, because I don't think that anyone's ever quite gotten them all the way right, so hopefully we'll do that another time. So what the Warp of the West does is it makes it so all the endings to Daggerfall are sort of all canon at once. They all kind of converge on each other in this Dragon Break, making it so they all happen. Makes it so it doesn't matter what the player actually chose to do in their game. In year 427 of the Third Era, the Emperor arranged for a prisoner of the Imperial City Prison to be released to the island of Vardenfell in Morrowind. As it turned out, the Emperor sent this mysterious prisoner to Vardenfell to help the Blades that were stationed there investigate a recent rise in Sixth House activity. So what was at the time referred to as the Sixth House was what was left of House Dagoth. This was one of the major houses of the Chimer days. Their leader was a mysterious figure known as Dagoth-Ur, and during the events of Morrowind, this Dagoth-Ur controlled the Sixth House and the Red Mountain region with the power of the Heart of Lorkhan. But as it turned out, this mysterious prisoner sent by the Emperor turned out to be the prophesized Nerevarine, reincarnation of Indoril Nerevar Mora. This Nerevarine defeated Dagoth-Ur and destroyed the Heart of Lorkhan, thus ending its blight upon Morrowind. They also revealed that the gods of Morrowind, the Tribunal, didn't really rise to divinity the way that they had claimed to, which resulted in a complete collapse of the religion that the Dunmer had been following for thousands of years. So they went back to worshipping the trio of gods that are called the Good Daedra, that's Boethia, Azura, and Mephala. As for the Tribunal, Amalexia and Sophisil both eventually die. The player can choose to kill Vivek as well, but his canon ending is not confirmed. Just before the start of Oblivion, the Nerevarine leaves Tamriel on an expedition to Akavir. And as of the last canonical game, Skyrim, there's been no mention of the Nerevarine coming back or anything like that. The last known whereabouts is they left for Akavir. So those are the major events of the Elder Scrolls games that came out prior to Oblivion. Now let's go over some background lore about each of Oblivion's major questlines, without any spoilers for the actual questlines, of course. We'll start with the main quest. For many years now, the Empire has been plagued by a mysterious cult known as the Mythic Dawn. No one knows very much about their religion because their scriptures, the Mythic Dawn commentaries, are a strange read. At first glance, they seem like just random nonsense, unless you know how to interpret them. What is generally known about the Mythic Dawn is that they worship the Daedric Prince of Destruction, Mehrunes Dagon, and they're led by an Altmer named Mankar Camoran, son of the Camoran Usurper. When exactly the Mythic Dawn came into existence is unknown, but Camoran seems to imply that he has a long-standing rivalry with the Septim Dynasty, so it's possible that they've been around since the late Second Era. The conflict that you'll be thrown into when you start Oblivion is the Mythic Dawn has planned to assassinate all the Septims, as in Uriel and his sons, in order to put the Dragon Fires out, which are magic fires lit by the Septims that prevent the Daedra of Oblivion from invading Mundus on a massive scale. If the Mythic Dawn succeeds in putting the Dragon Fires out, then Mehrunes Dagon has a massive army of Daedra waiting to invade from the Deadlands. So will they succeed, or will you rise to the occasion to stop them? You'll have to play Oblivion to find out. Now let's go over the Fighters Guild. Just before the start of the game, a wizard named Argoth employed the Fighters Guild to clear out the Iliad ruin of Arpenia. Their primary objective was to recover the sword Sinweaver from a rival of Argoth's named Azani Blackheart. The guild sent a large force to get this done, but Blackheart defeated them. There were 15 casualties, including Vitalis Daunton, the guildmaster's son. Argoth, of course, still wanted the job done, so he turned to an upstart rival to the Fighters Guild known as the Blackwood Company. And word has it, they successfully cleared out Arpenia, which has people throughout Cyrodiil questioning the Fighters Guild's competence. So when you start your playthrough of Oblivion, you'll find that the Fighters Guild is struggling a bit for two main reasons. This recent embarrassment is causing them to lose more and more business to Blackwood Company. And the whole thing is just really bad for morale, especially for Guildmaster Valina Daunton, who lost her son. But perhaps you can turn this around. The people of Cyrodiil really keep a close eye on their pockets because the Thieves Guild has been wreaking havoc on the region for a long time. Rumors that the guild is led by an amazingly talented thief, known only as the Grey Fox, have been circulating for a while. But this mysterious figure has been said to have led the guild for 300 years, which in this universe isn't impossible. Nevertheless, most people think that the more out there stories about this character, like that he can turn invisible at will and shrink and grow again, are fabricated. To be clear, they think the Grey Fox might be a real person, but that these seemingly impossible stories about him are made up, by people at taverns, or made up by the guild so that people will fear them. Whatever the truth behind this Grey Fox is, the Empire takes him seriously enough that there are wanted posters for him out all over the Imperial City. However, apparently the man behind these posters and the whole effort to capture the Grey Fox is a guard captain named Hieronymus Lex, who most of the Legion thinks is taking this a bit too seriously. But is he? What's the truth behind this Grey Fox? You'll have to join the Thieves Guild to find out. How do you join the Thieves Guild? You'll have to ask around. 2 years before the start of the game, a man named Hannibal Traven became the Archmage of the Mages Guild, but by a pretty slim margin. He started his tenure by implementing strict restrictions against the practice of necromancy, which some guild mages were not fans of. This has led to discord within the guild and to many members simply leaving, including half the Council of Mages. As of the start of the game, many people are questioning the effectiveness of Traven's regulations, since all they really resulted in is an increase in rogue mages throughout Cyrodiil. They didn't actually stop the practice of necromancy, people now just perform necromantic rituals outside the guild. So could these rogue mages potentially lead to some sort of bigger conflict? Head to the Arcane University and join the Mages Guild to find out. Rumors of the mysterious organization of assassins known as the Dark Brotherhood operating in Cyrodiil have persisted for ages. According to legend, they follow a strict set of rules ordained upon them by a cryptic figure known as the Night Mother. Supposedly, she was once a Morag Tong assassin that was chosen by the ancient god Sithis to bear 5 children. Though rather than raise them, Sithis ordered her to kill them. The people of her village were so disgusted by this that they burned her home to the ground and killed her. But supposedly her spirit assembled the organization now known as the Dark Brotherhood, a vile syndicate of assassins that kills for the glory of Sithis. According to rumor, they only recruit established murderers. As you're exploring Cyrodiil cities, you'll eventually overhear people talking about a recent attack on the Anvil Chapel, but the guards haven't shared any details regarding who they think was responsible or what their motive was. However, a man calling himself the Prophet has recently taken up residence just outside the chapel and is claiming that he knows what happened. He says that the ancient Iliad king Umaril has returned as prophesied by Palinal Whitestrake, Alessia's right-hand man, and that this Umaril is responsible for the attack on the chapel. So it's understandable that the guards are skeptical of this. But just in case, you might as well do what this prophet fellow says to do. And he says that we must track down Palinal Whitestrake's old relics to defeat Umaril, which was once attempted by an order of knights. This order, known as the Knights of Nine, were founded in year 111 of the Third Era and swore to find these relics, but their quest for them tested their resolve not only as warriors, but as heroes, and they failed. But perhaps you will succeed where they did not. A mysterious portal has opened up on an island in the Niben Bay. If you have the courage to go through it, you'll find yourself in the Shivering Isles, Sheo Goraf's plane of Oblivion. Apparently, Uncle Sheo is seeking a champion to help him stop an event known as the Grey March, in which a rival god named Jigalag attempts to conquer the Shivering Isles. So will you rise to the occasion and defeat Jiggalag, putting a permanent end to the Grey March? Well, you'll have to go see Uncle Sheo to undertake this task. And with that, it's time for you to stop listening to me and download Oblivion Remastered. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you like fan theory kind of content, then this channel is the right place for you. So consider checking out my other videos and definitely subscribe. Thanks again, everyone, and I will see you next time.